Eurostat, the European Statistics Agency, have just released figures showing that in 2022 Ireland accepted 250,000 people into the country to live. That's 250,000 people in 1 year. We have a population of 5.2 million at the moment, but 1.1 to 1.2 of them are made up of people like yourself who weren't born in the country but are living here. So that's about 22% of the people at the moment. So we're headed for almost 1 in 4 people living in Ireland at the moment weren't born here. So there are some predictions that over the next several decades Irish people will become a minority in their own country. So just given those statistics, what do you think about our immigration situation at the moment?
To be fair, in a sense it's a bit horrific really. I mean, Ireland does need to look after the Irish first, especially when, like you said, you're at risk of becoming a minority in your own country. It's a bit of a shock, to be honest.
Just what are your thoughts about immigration in Ireland?
I think it's not controlled. I feel like Ireland has some kind of pressure from European Union. They have some kind of, they have to follow what European Union decides, and they are bounded by that, and they have to let a lot of people come in. Given the size and the infrastructure and facilities in Ireland, I think there should be controlled immigration. Otherwise, it will increase the cost of everything. We are aware of the housing crisis and everything, so I think there should be a controlled immigration.
Well, I think it's a huge issue in Ireland, because especially if you look at the UK, right, you look back in the 1950s, they had a similar issue where they imported loads of foreign nationals, many of which don't have the values of the native people, and they don't align with them. These are two separate groups. So you look at natives in the UK, I'm just using this as an example for comparison, they were all like Christians, white Christians, like Protestants, right, and then they're bringing in a lot of people from third world countries, say they're of maybe Muslim religion predominantly, and we're seeing a lot of that coming in here, right. If you see what's happened in the UK, where in many towns, you look at Birmingham, Rotherham, places like that, where the natives have become a minority and they actually feel in danger leaving their houses or expressing views about their country or their safety. I think the same thing is only going to happen here, and I think Irish people are definitely in the right to feel worried about what's happening here, especially if you look in the UK. I think they're trying to push for an Islamic party over there now. I don't think there'll be many people in Ireland, especially rural Ireland, where you look at small villages, will be happy with that level of immigration or similar things happening here, because I don't think Irish values will be placed at the forefront. It would become the values of the people who are now in the majority. So I think it is a huge concern.
Yeah. Almost 1 in 4 people living in the country at the moment.
I'm not happy about it at all, because I'm a New Ross man all my life, an Irish man all my life, and I'm down in Osmond House, a homeless shelter, because I can't find a place. I'm down on the council list for me and my 4 children, and I can't find a place to live, even with HAP. And with help from councillors, so-called councillors, and nothing's going on. But yet again, I'm finding out that New Ross is being absolutely jam-packed with them, full of them. Sick of hearing about this shit, sick of hearing about this, sorry for cursing, don't mean to be talking bad language, but it's driving me wrong, like.
Well, I was listening to the news, this was Thursday, in fact, and they were saying that the majority of the refugees or people seeking asylum in Ireland, the numbers have almost, in the first 3 months of the year, have preceded what they anticipated for a year. And the majority of the people who have come into the country are from 2 main countries, Nigeria and Pakistan. Now, to the best of my knowledge, there's no conflict in either country.
It only becomes a bad thing if people are coming for nefarious reasons. I think the vast majority of people coming to Ireland aren't. So therefore it's neither a good nor a bad thing, it's just a thing. It's just a thing that happens.
And then, I get your point, but just about the point of Irish people becoming a minority within Ireland, do you think would that not cause you concern, or concern for the future of Irish children?
It doesn't cause me a concern, because if you're born in Ireland, you're an Irish person. So if those people come here and settle here and live here and they have children here, those children are Irish.
Okay.
So
if
we're talking about white Catholic Irish people becoming a minority, that's a different thing. Because now you're talking about people coming here based on their skin colour or their religion. If we start deciding that people can't move based on their skin colour or religion, then what are we doing? That's not a good thing. Just to make a point, just what you're saying about the Irish people. If I was born in Japan to Irish parents, am I Japanese? You would qualify for a Japanese passport, yeah.
Am I Japanese though?
Yes, by birth.
Would I consider myself Japanese?
That would be entirely up to you. If you mean, would you look like the other Japanese people? No, you wouldn't. But you wouldn't be any less Japanese if that's the culture you grew up in and the culture you decided to take on. However, having two Irish parents would probably mean that your upbringing would be swayed towards your Irish side. But you would certainly pick up Japanese traits, because if you're going to live in Japan. But yes, you would qualify for a Japanese passport, and you would by birth be Japanese.
So what are your thoughts about this level of immigration?
I don't mind it, actually. I welcome it, to be honest. I don't think Irish people are going to become a minority. I think that's a lie that's spread by the far right to try and to back their racist agenda.
How do you see the future of Ireland in 10 years or 20 years if it continues, immigration continues as it is?
Well, we all see what's happening in France, Sweden, Germany. We are very much aware what's happening over there. I just want, I'm living over here. If the conditions are not good, I have to find some better place to live. I just want safety, security, and good living conditions. So if the path at which the immigrants are coming into Ireland, if it's not controlled, if the people are not being vetted, and if along with that simultaneously if the infrastructure doesn't increase, then probably I will have to leave Ireland as well.
Well, I think certainly we will see an increase in crime, because a lot of the people coming over here, as we've seen, a lot of the stats, I think it was 87-88%, maybe now I could be wrong, but I think I'd seen somewhere like that they were coming over here with no documents. If you're coming over here with no documents, it would show to me there's something that you're trying to hide. And why are we then catering for these people in our country? I mean, Irish homelessness is at the highest level it's ever been, and yet we're not able to provide homes for these people, but the government seem to find plenty of money for these people coming over with no passports, many of which are military age single males. So I'd be wondering, what conflict are they running from, especially if they're coming from the likes of Central or Northern Africa, where there is no conflict going on at the moment. So that would worry me. So if people are coming from these places here purely as economic migrants, and a lot of which aren't working and are not trying to find work, I can only see a huge strain placed on the state in terms of Irish taxpayers having to pay more tax to provide for these people, but also an increase in crime, because God will make, or the devil makes work for idle hands. If they're over here not working, I don't see them, doing any good. So that would be my own opinion on the issue.
So would you say that we're definitely taking in too many people into the country?
We've taken in too many a year ago. I'm all about people, helping people coming in from other countries to fleeing war. But when you see busloads of men coming in on their own, men travelling with women and children are fleeing war, men travelling on their own are coming to war.
I think there's going to be a backlash where people are just getting sick and tired of what's going on in this country, and they're voiceless. And whether it's Fianna Fáil, Fine Gael, the Greens, God help us, Labour and even Sinn Féin now are getting it in the neck from the electorate, sick and tired of what's going on.
And import is a horrible word to say, actually, as well.
Why?
We're not importing people. You import goods into a shop. You don't import people.
Yeah. Well, you can import people, yeah. I mean, no, you can deport, you can import. Yeah, we do use that language. It's not. This is not bad language at all. It's just common English usage terms.
Yes,
yeah.
Yes. But I don't get what your point is. That we're taking in all these criminals. We're not necessarily taking in criminals. You could take in 100,000 people. Some of them are going to be criminals, no matter what. And there could be 100,000 Irish people go to Australia, and some of them are going to be criminals, and some of them are going to give Irish people a bad name. Yeah. That's just how it works.
Yeah, but Australia has an immigration system where if you
maybe we should follow their immigration system.
Well, that's exactly what I'm arguing for.
Yeah.
We should have maybe vet people before they come in, make sure that they're going to be responsible and then contribute to society, and then we can let those in, and the people who don't, we keep them out. But we're not doing that at the moment. We're letting in everybody, and that is the major problem.
Yeah.
It's not racist.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying it's racist. It's not racist.
Not far right either. Just common sense.
Yeah.